with episode 4. It's like we're dancing in the background.
I know, that's what I'd be at.
Hello, Australians. That is your wake-up call. And good luck with going to sleep in the UK.
Yeah, it's our bedtime jingle.
So, Emma, what a week. Goodness me, are these weeks not powerful weeks in 2021?
Honest to goodness, and gosh, they go by so quick as well. I'd be like, oh my goodness, it's Thursday again already. So only because I love it, obviously, we get to connect and have our conversations. How brilliant was Sarah last week? Oh my goodness, she just, the tone of her voice, how she was able to explain it. I thought she was brilliant, amazing, and she done well to get up sorted and looking fabulous.
3 minutes, that's got to be a record. But what we're doing now is we're going to have a special guest pop in most weeks. We don't have one this week. You've just got us. But hey, what a conversation we're going to have with you guys. Brace yourself. But we're going to talk about the week that was since last week. Goodness, many things have happened. And one of the exciting things is now that we are both on Clubhouse, this new trend. So Emma joined yesterday, so she's a newbie. She'll still have her party hat on. That's what you get for the first week of Clubhouse.
You're
you get a little...
joking.
She's learning all the time. But I've been on there and been moderator of a few epic groups. It's amazing when you're pulled up on stage. It requires courage, but it does not require any lipstick because you're behind the camera. You're just audio. So yes, watch out for. We'll be having conversations on Clubhouse. You're on there today, or tomorrow for you at 11 a.m.
11 o'clock in the morning with Gary and Mairead and Grania Mackay and Chris Suter. There's a couple of brilliant people on it as well. It's my first, so I surely am a newbie. I didn't realise that about the hat. I got my iPhone last week and literally only switched it on and sorted it out yesterday. So yeah, I'm good crack like that. So yeah, in the Clubhouse, it seems to be the place to be. It seems to be amazing for networking, connections, and really having those good conversations.
There's amazing high-end people, and like I've had conversations with people that, wow, it just blow your socks off, and it's just awesome. It just works, you can think about it. So even the things that you listen to and learn from, it's just really high value. So of course we'll be hosting some, so watch this space. We'll let you know on the WEAVERBIRDS Facebook page. But yes, another exciting thing that's happening on Monday is Emma's going to have to hold it up so I can't find
We're excited. Yay! Karen, I have to say, it's beautiful. That's the word that comes to mind. It's beautiful. Now, I'm going to share these, and I know you're going to kill me. I have the other PBX as well. And they're all gorgeous, but I opened the box today and I was like, oh gosh, I don't know if it's the tinge of purple coming through or what. It's lovely. It's really, and there's a couple of people in it we might know.
We've got 5 contributors in there. We've got Emma and Emma's story, guys. You have not heard it before, so you're going to have to check it out. And Gary's in there. His story's amazing. Who else is in there? Kelly.
Yeah. And we've got Adria and we've got Peace Mitchell's in it as well. Yeah, it's lovely. Me and you books love to smell them. You've got some
one of the quote
insights.
pages.
You've got some beautiful insights at the start. I really enjoyed because intention's not something people understand what it is and get mixed up with goals and things like that there. So I'll not give too much away, but it's lovely. Yeah.
I'm really proud of it. And there's something about 3s. I know there's 7 books in the series, but to get to number 3, it just feels like that something's complete. So thank you so much for the airtime to share with you guys. I hope that you love it. It's going to be one of our products on our website as well. And the reason behind these is not to just blow trumpets or whatever. It's actually to share.
That's what happened during the week. That's our
share. Yeah, it's to share what's happening in our worlds because we want to inspire you to make amazing happening in your world because our hearts are singing and we want yours too. And that's what we're here for, is to inspire. So, sis, we're 5 minutes in already and we haven't started on our topic of the week is resilience. Resilience. What a word, hey?
Love it.
So
Definitely.
why don't we?
People are kind of it's been spoke about, obviously it's been in the dictionary for years, whatever, but people are really taking it on, they're really focusing on it, and they're really delving deep into resilience.
Mhm. It's a powerful word. Like whenever you think about it and feel it and everything, it's a very powerful word. But the thing that it's actually, you need to action it
Yeah.
for it to be, a really one of those words with impact, really, isn't it? It's just like for me, resilience is when you're hit with a curveball in life, and you show up regardless. You take the learning in it, and you show up, and you work your way through it. You learn what you need to learn through that. I love what you say about resilience. So why don't you share?
Well, resilience, when I was thinking about before we came on to chat about this, and I was thinking, unfortunately, sometimes resilience comes from having overcame something, so an issue or something that challenged you, or something that you had to find courage and really get through, and to know how strong you are and to build that resilience. So resilience can come from that place, of learning the hard way, if that's what I want to say, and knowing really what you're made of. It's also mindset. It is total mindset. So like we talk week in, week out, it's about maintaining your well-being, maintaining your mindset. But resilience is like that grit. It's that ability to spring back after an issue or a crisis or a situation that's happened. How resilient you are is how you're able to deal with it at the time and bounce back afterwards. And it's strange too, because if you think about it in terms of even in exercise, if you're working out, you're building your muscles to become resilient to the lifting and the stretching, and they'll bounce back. They'll bounce back quicker if you eat protein, if you fuel your body with the right thing. So you're gonna build muscle through the resilience of the exercise. So it not only works into, and I thought it was important to kind of give a different spin on it as well. So it's a mindset, it's the ability to bounce back after an issue, a crisis, or something has happened in your life that's not necessarily favorable, unfortunately. However, you come back, and like, we've known hard times, tough times, everybody has went through something. You would go a long way to find someone that just has kind of mellowed through. But if you've overcome it and come out the other side, if you build resilience, and you'll bounce back quicker another time when you've had to face something, because you've done it before. So that's how you build resilience. It's nearly like mental well-being memory. It'll remind you, right, you've done this before, you can do it again, let's do this. So it can be tricky.
Absolutely. We're getting some amazing comments here from Facebook. So please keep sharing. I'm going to address them now in a moment. So hey to Melissa, to Una, to Kelly, thank you for joining us, and to Barbara. We're going to get to those comments in a minute. But I just wanted to share with you from my perspective, and absolutely, Emma, absolutely 100%. And I love the analogy of, like your muscles, and even your immune system needs to build resilience, and especially in a world that we're working on. And I like to come from it, and I talk from experience here, is that yes, we're all going to face challenges in life, but it's our job to be the best we can be in health and mindset, especially mindset, for that when we face something, if we live high vibrational, and that's what I choose for me. And I put a lot of effort and energy into living high vibration, because when a curveball does come in life, when something hits me, I don't fall too far below the happiness line. I'm able to maintain a level of, that I don't sink down into depression, which you can understand, where if you're just kind of hanging out at the, just getting by in life, when something hits you like that, you're going to sink down. So that is why I put a lot, and I talk from experience, because I went through a time where I actually I was hanging out just on the getting by and surviving each day. And then something happened, and I sunk for over a year. And it took me a while to get out of that trench. But when I did, I'd learned a lot, and I used it as an opportunity to grow inside and get to know me. And that's fine, because I took that positive out of it. But I choose now to keep my cup full. because it's my job that, because I have 6 children that I am responsible for as well. So I can't afford the time to go back down into those trenches. I need to keep high vibration. So it's actually our obligation to ourselves and to those we love to be the best version of ourselves. Do you agree?
Oh my goodness, totally agree. And I mean, like that's my quote. If anybody ever asked me the essence, it really is show up for yourself regardless, even if you're not feeling it. However, that's not easy all of the time. But the idea behind it is, and gosh, I know I'm always going on about it, if you're continuously maintaining your well-being and showing up for yourself, when you do hit that wall or something happens, that hopefully you have the tools there within you to overcome it. And that's all part of building resilience. And it's very important as well. And it was a lady over in America called Ellen that done the WRAP, which is the Wellbeing Recovery Action Plan. And the idea behind it is when you're well, write down what it is that you're doing when you're well that's keeping you well. And if you do happen to hit that wall, go back and look over the stuff that you've wrote down in your handwriting that you've told yourself, look, this is what works. This is how we get out of this. So there's wee tricks and things that you can do as well, to build your resilience and keep it going. And then it'll just come second nature, but however, we're all a constant work in progress. Nobody ever knows. You can only just hope that you've built the resilience over the years. And I don't really want to say it comes with age, because people can experience different things at different stages of their lives. It's the impact that it can have on you and what you do with it. You win or you learn, or however, sometimes circumstances are out of people's hands. So again, it's your mindset around that.
Again,
it's your thought
exactly.
process.
Yeah, we all become a victim of circumstance at some point in our lives that's beyond our control, but it's how we approach that with our
Absolutely.
mindset. We can either, be defined by that and, just go, oh my God, this happened to me, and go into victim mode, or we can just go, okay, I'm ready to make this change here for myself and show up for myself, because I'm the one who needs me right now.
That's right.
And I just love it. It's such an
and
important.
own the feelings. If something terrible happens and you feel sad, well, recognize, gosh, I actually feel sad about that. Own it. Recognize it, honor that that's how you're feeling, and move on. That's how you build the resilience. Don't try to deny it, don't push it away. Just be like, okay, so this has happened and this is how I feel. Name it, own it, and move on. Then leave it there. And resilience is moving forward from it.
Absolutely. And you just reminded me of something there as well. Like when you go through a trauma, when you're going through the trauma, it's not the time to heal from it. Give yourself a break, because when you go through the trauma, it's your time to get through the trauma, to process what's happened. If you can, cry buckets of tears, let them flow and release. But quite often, the healing from a trauma happens afterwards. And that's why some people don't understand, is because you need to revisit it. Quite often our bodies go into survival mode and it suppresses things so that we can survive it. But then it's our duty to revisit it. How uncomfortable it is, it takes courage to do that. But then that's when you can release it from your body and be free of it.
That's when you build your resilience, sis. That it's in those moments that you build your resilience, and you are made of tough stuff. And no situation or circumstance is going to define what happens from here on in. And that's where you build the resilience. That's, there's no other way to go around.
It's the stuff of superheroes. That's it, guys. That's your shield. That's your Wonder Woman. That kind of thing. The deflection. That's what we love. We love Wonder Woman, don't we, sis?
Definitely.
We're not doing the costumes yet. We're not there yet. But yeah,
No.
That's another conversation.
Not the same.
It might surprise you.
When we were children, she looked totally different than the girl that's doing it now. It's totally different.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. But yeah, we might surprise you someday. You open up. We could be totally, anything could happen on the WEAVERBIRDS live TV.
I'm not sure that's the
Okay,
goal.
we're going over to comments and questions here. So Melissa says she loves Clubhouse. Oh, Melissa, we'd have to get you on the stage
Yes,
in
I didn't
Clubhouse.
know.
Awesome, awesome. Una says hi, ladies, and Kelly Van Nelson says resilience is so powerful, and it is, isn't it? It's a very powerful word indeed. And Kelly knows all about it because she is the queen of powerful words. Una Lappin says it is essential to learn and move,
Yeah,
memory cells for next time.
that's
Absolutely.
right. Yeah. Well, that's what they say, even your muscle memory. So if you think, as you said, your immune system, your brain as well, everything is memory, creating memories, but it's how you build the resilience. And I mean, something might knock you down once, but it probably or potentially won't knock you down the same if you're unfortunate enough for it to happen again, or if you've kind of let it happen again, or you didn't do the work the first time round. It won't have the same impact. You'll have built resilience somewhere along the line. You'll know how to tread the water and get on with it. And and obviously I work in mental health and that, and some of the people that I would support that would be very unwell are some of the most resilient people I know, because they're on their worst days, they're at their strongest, because they're fighting with their mental health and their well-being, and they're still here and they're still learning, and they know, look, I've been here before, I've got through it before, it's not a nice place to be, but the resilience is there that they've built up, to get through it again, whatever it may be, or whatever the circumstances, or
Yeah, some people are so unfortunate to have to go through things more than once, and
yes,
that's just is it bad luck? No, so it's just one of those things. It's just tough to think, okay, but I've got this before. It's having that hopeful mindset. Okay,
yeah. And it can be any factors, Karen. It can be environmental, it can be situational, it can be genetic, it can be anything at all, but resilience is built in those places.
absolutely. And that Trevor's comment here just
Hi,
reflects that.
Trevor.
I have found that bad experience in my life has hardened me to deal with other things better and made me stronger. There's an
I can
amazing.
vouch for that. Yeah, I know, Trevor, definitely, and I said it at the start, it's unfortunate that sometimes resilience comes out of a bad situation, and as well, it can be how you're, I'm going to use the term reared. I don't know, that's not very universal, but it
Brought
could be
up.
to do with your upbringing, or your home environment, how you build resilience as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to come through situations, but I find, in my life and people around me, the strongest people I know have been through the hardest of things, and come out and built the resilience that way.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Barbara says here, in my experience, it makes you better and a stronger person with knowledge of yourself you never knew you had.
Yeah.
There you go. See, you get to know yourself better through those times, and you get to really, it shines a light on what matters in your life, rather than, because as humans, we make life overcomplicated, we truly do, but it helps you see what really matters, and sometimes it helps us see our passions, and
That's right.
and helps us go on to that path
Yeah.
and of a more fulfilled life, because life is short. I wish there was that pill where you could just live forever, an eternity life. That's not going to be around in my lifetime, so we've got to make the most of it when we're here,
There's
honestly
a
and
film
truly.
about that, also as well, there is a film about taking a pill and making a difference. Also, I also believe as well, and try and take the good out of it as well, when you go through something and build resilience, quite often you come out with more empathy, more understanding, and as Barbara even said, you get to know yourself a wee bit more, and you can potentially come out a better version of you than what you were before, and then be able to support other people, be that light, that beacon of hope, that lighthouse, to say, look, I've been there before, this is what I have done to overcome that, and support other people so they don't have to necessarily go to the depths or extent that you had to go through, so no experience is ever wasted. And look, we know that more than anybody, sis, and look what you've done. You've wrote books, you're allowing people all across the world to share their stories, and that's the beacon of the hope and the lighthouse in terms of building the resilience enough to be able then to support other people.
And that is absolutely, absolutely. And I love lighthouses. Ask my kids. We go anywhere. It's like, is there a lighthouse close by?
But you do, yeah,
Thing
you
about
absolutely do,
lighthouses.
yeah.
But one of the things about it, and you said it earlier on, is writing down when you're well
Yeah,
those things that the what you're grateful for right then. The
yeah,
gratitude thing brings you straight back to a
yeah,
positive energy. It pulls you out of darkness and into light. That's a hack that can help you be resilient. Is gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful things that you can do because it puts you into that energy. And I'm all about metaphysics, and it's actually a science that when you choose, like as we discussed last during the week, you can't have both a negative and a positive thought at the same time. It's a choice. So you choose to either think negatively or think positively. I choose to find the positive in any negative because that is my choice, and that is how I get to live a high vibrational life. But
yeah,
when you write down, and as you said, like whenever the rap and things like that, so when you write down when you're well and then you revisit it when you're not feeling the best or on a down day, then you by the actual act of writing it down, when you
yeah,
write something down, you're actually writing, engraving it and tattooing it in your brain, that how you felt at that time and what your thought train was at that
yeah,
time. So it will actually bring you back to that moment when you wrote that.
yes,
So that's a really amazing hack there to help you shift from darkness into light whenever you need it.
yeah. You're
Sorry,
telling
I
your
had to share
future
that.
self. You're telling your future self, look, you've got this. We've been here before. This is what we done. Your future self will thank you for it.
Resilience notes. Whenever write them whenever you're well, and they'll help you when you're not.
I
Isn't it
think so.
awesome? Oh my goodness. Can you
I know
believe
we've
that?
done it again. We've went over the 20 minutes.
And we will always go over 20 minutes, guys. So always allow us more. The grace of time. But that I love this conversation today. I really did. And I did not know where it was going to go. But thank you everyone who contributed online. It really was an amazing contribution. And thank you, sis. I just really enjoyed that conversation.
Yeah.
And Emma's signing off today so that I can go back end and do the things. So Emma, it is over
Sign it
to
off.
you.
Sign it
Bye
off. This literally
everyone.
means thanks for watching. We really appreciate your comments, and we see you next week.
Yes, we will. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.